I met my wife our first year at college. We had both been, I think, botany majors at the time. We hit it off pretty well.
What really attracted me to Joe was his sense of humor. I just always had fun when I was with him and always laughed and enjoyed the time we were together. Along the way, I think we both were caught up in just keeping our little parts of our marriage going, and God had not been a part of our marriage for a long time.
And there was a night that I was pretty upset. I'd come back into the bedroom and Tina just point blank asked me, "Do you trust God?" I said, "Well, yeah, I do." And she looked at me and she said, "No, you don't." At that night, I just asked her, would it be okay for me just to pray for God to let me trust Him finally and fully. The Holy Spirit came into that room that night, and the presence of God was palatable, and we could both feel it. It was from that night that God softened our hearts, and we knew that, we needed to follow a path to stay committed to our marriage and stay committed to honoring God. The first time I heard about the marathon, I was at a friend of mine, Ed, was at his house. He said, "Yeah, we're thinking about doing the marathon." I looked at him and said, "Well, you have fun with that." But I think it kind of sparked something in me. Over the summer, Tina and I spent a lot of time together.
Going through the marathon, it was very emotional. We hit several points where it was really getting tough, and Joe encouraged me to keep going. We hit points that brought up memories and different things for us, and also focusing on, the reason we were running for World Vision, the kids in Africa. And I know in my head, I'm thinking, some of these kids, walk 6 to 8 miles a day to get water. How many marathons a week do they run just to get a drink?
When we crossed that finish line together, it was one of the greatest things that we ever did as a married couple.
Running the marathon had a huge impact on our marriage. It showed us that if we trust in God and believe in God and allow Him to work through us, we can accomplish anything we set our minds on doing.
The impact from the race on my 3 kids has been huge. My oldest daughter, teenager, has gained a ton of confidence, and she's expressed that to me. My middle girl, Sage, she was so inspired, she ran her own race. She raised $500 for World Vision all by herself. And my son sees me following Christ. I'm running for Team World Vision this year in Detroit because I want to continue the restoration of my marriage. I want to continue to be an example to my kids. I want to continue the restoration to my physical body, and I want to continue to reach out globally and ultimately to honor God.